A Form 6 student was charged in a magistrate court in Marang, Terengganu today with the murder of Siti Nur Surya Ismail on November 1st. However, no plea was recorded from Siti Nur Atira Azmi, 19, after the charge was read out before Magistrate Engku Nurul Ain Engku Muda. According to the charge, under Section 302 of the Penal Code, Siti Nur Atira had murdered Siti Nur Suraya, also 19, between 8:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. on November 1st in a house in Kampung Lubuk Batu, Jalan Bukit Taduk, Telemong in Hulu, Terengganu.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. My name is Nurin Nabila Hani. The hot topic for today is about current issue. Current issue that we choose is about murder cases. Me and my team will present the cases. It will start with introduction by Siti Nur Asia, and then I will present the data and statistics about the cases. Next, Siti Nur Izzati will present one actual cases that we choose, follow with Nur Fatiha for the consequences towards society, people and economy, and last but not least is conclusion by Siti Nur Shahira.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Nur Asia binti Wagiman. I will present about definition and description of murder cases. In this era of the globalization, the issue of crime in Malaysia increases year by year. Crime in Malaysia manifests in various forms including murder, drive-by killing, drug trafficking, money laundering, fraud, black marketing and many others. The crime rate in Malaysia showed a decline of 11.9% in 2018 compared to the previous year. However, the public perception of crime did not improve. According to the Royal Malaysia Police in 2014, the cities and towns with the highest number of criminal cases were Petaling Jaya, Johor Bahru, Bukit Mertajam, Ipoh, and Kuantan. In this issue, I will highlight about murder cases. What is the meaning of murder? Murder is law or the killing of another human being under condition specifically covered in law. In the US, specialist statutory definition include murder committed with malice of a thought characterized by deliberation of premeditation or occurring during the commission of another serious crime, as robbery or arson, and murder by intent but without deliberation or premeditation. Murder is the most serious crime that can be charged following a homicide. In many jurisdictions, murder may be punished by life in prison or even capital punishment. Although categories of murder can vary by jurisdiction, murder charge fall under two categories. First category is first-degree murder. For example, the premeditated, unlawful, intentional killing of another person. Second category is a second-degree murder. For example, the intentional, unlawful killing of another person, but without any premeditation. Next, I will give to Nabila Hani.
Now, I will present the data and statistics of murder cases that happen in Malaysia. There are a lot of murder cases happen in Malaysia, such as murder of Suzaila Mokhtar, murder of Datuk Sosilawati, murder of Nurin Jazlin, and many more. I am going to show the overview of the crime trends and patterns in Malaysia with an emphasis on the states of Kuala Lumpur and Selangor between the years 2010 and 2017. Data from the Department of Statistics Malaysia and Ministry of Home Affairs were collected and analysed. The National Index and Property Crime Rate per 100,000 of the population is found to be decreased, whereas the violent crime rate shows a steady pattern. 42.4% of the total index crimes in Malaysia between 2010 and 2017 occurred in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. The table shows the trends in violent crime rates in KL and Selangor. Unarmed robbery is the highest reported violent crime, where murder is the lowest. Next, I will pass to Siti Nurizzati.
My name is Siti Nurizzati binti Muhammad Sukaimi, and I will present about the murder case that shocked our country recently. The case is about Form 6 student nabbed for murder of her friend. A memory lasts forever, never does it die. True friends stay together and never say goodbye. However, in Kampung Lubuk Batu Telemung, a Form 6 schoolgirl has been arrested in connection with the murder of a 19-year-old woman. The suspect was a schoolmate of the victim up to Form 5. The body of Siti Nur Surya Ismail was found in her house by her sister. The victim suffered slash wound and had her left hand severed. The suspect was near the victim's house based on a video recording. During the investigation, the suspect gave doubtful answer during questioning and had injuries like bite marks on her hand. Believed she was fighting with the victim before she killed her. Other than that, the victim's belongings were recovered from the suspect's house during the follow-up investigation. The suspect has visited Siti Nur Surya and had a fight was believed to have broken out due to a misunderstanding. The saddest thing in this case is the victim was killed cruelly as she was stabbed on multiple parts of her body with a sharp object. Even her left wrist was cut off. The most painful is when her mother, that diagnosed with brain cancer, could only watch while the murder unfolded. This shows that murder can happen to anyone, even with a good friend of their own. Because of the misunderstanding, the woman was willing to kill her own friend. Next, I will pass to Nur Fatihah to explain about consequences toward society, people, and economy.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Fatihah binti Zulkifli, and I will talk about the consequences of murder case. First is consequences toward family. The family of the murderer can create a wide range of emotions, such as anger, fear, intense loss of appetite, profound sadness, depression, extensive crying, and physical distress. There are some of the natural response to grief as a result of homicide, like their parents may become overly protective of the living siblings, and feeling of anxiety through shock that such a thing has happened, and worries about revictimizations, sometimes leading to fear of loss of trust in one community and in society. Second is consequences towards community. People become frightened inside or outside their own home. The community also sympathizes with the family of the victims, but the worst one is when some of the people will look down on the family who committed the murders and stay away from the family. The third one is consequences towards economy. Murder cases indirectly influence the local, regional, and national economy of a country. Crime can lead to financial, for example, due to that occur the lack of interest of tourists to come to a country because they will feel insecure about the crime that have taken place in this country.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nursyahira binti Muhammad Nuzi. From this story, we learned a lesson that we must take care of every word we say to our friends. This tragedy happened because the victims once say bad things to the suspect. Lately, we can see some of them are willing to do things that should not be done by a true friends. Among them are cheating, humiliating the personal affair of his best friends, and many more, so that some are willing to kill their own friends. The choice of the friends of the afterlife is very important because they will always push us towards goodness. If you choose the wrong friend, then someone be first. Among the tips from choosing a good friend here, number 1, choose a friend with a soft and good personality. 2, choose a friend who can take care of your secrets. Sometimes, all our problems are told to our best friends. This is because the trust given to them is too high, but some of them are willing to open the problem of his friend without thinking about their long-established relationships.